Chapter 4. The Reign of Ren and Xuan. After the death of the Emperor Chengzu of the Ming Dynasty, his eldest son Zhu Gaoqi ascended the throne as the Emperor Renzong of the Ming Dynasty, and his reign title was Hongxi. After ascending the throne, Zhu Gaoqi launched a series of reforms. First of all, he redressed unjust cases and restored the official titles of some ministers, thus alleviating the contradictions within the ruling group. Emperor Renzong also changed the tyrannical policies of the Yongle period. He commended those who spoke frankly and was open-minded to accept advice. Militarily, Emperor Renzong repaired and prepared for war and stopped the large-scale military operations during the Yong period. However, Emperor Renzong was already quite old, and he passed away less than a year after ascending the throne. After the death of Emperor Renzong, his eldest son Zhu Shanji ascended the throne as the Emperor Xuanzong of the Ming Dynasty, and his reign title was Xu Yan. Based on the foundation laid by Emperor Renzong, Emperor Xuanzong of the Ming Dynasty relied on important ministers such as Yang Shiqi, Yang Rong, and Yang Pu, known as the Three Yangs, as well as Shangshu minister Jian Yi and Xia Yuanji, forming a stable ruling core, aiming to maintain and consolidate the existing situation. After solving the problems left over from the previous dynasty, the focus shifted to the governance of internal affairs. First, he quelled the rebellion of Zhu Gaoshu, the prince of Han, and consolidated the central government. In order to rest the troops and nourish the people, Emperor Xuanzong changed the punitive policies of the Yongle period and took the initiative to withdraw troops from Jiangxi, saving a large amount of manpower and financial resources. In addition, he reorganized and streamlined the ruling institutions, alleviated the hardships of the people, provided disaster relief, and so on, to stabilize the rule of the Ming Dynasty. As a result, the Ming Dynasty enjoyed peace, the social economy developed rapidly, and the national strength reached its peak. This period is historically known as the Reign of Ren and Xuan. Chapter 5. Shift from prosperity to decline. In 1435, Zhu Qizhen, who was 9 years old, ascended the throne as the Emperor Yingzong of the Ming Dynasty, and his reign title was Zhengtong. Due to the young age of Emperor Yingzong, the Grand Empress Dowager Zhang and the three Yangs Yang Shiqi, Yang Rong, and Yang Pu governed the country with great competence, and the Ming Dynasty presented a prosperous scene. In 1442, after the death of the Grand Empress Dowager Zhang and the veteran and important ministers, the three Yangs, the eunuch Wan Zhen became unscrupulous and arrogated a great deal of power, becoming the most trusted person of Emperor Zhengtong. In order to extract more silver, the Ming Dynasty intensified the exploitation of miners. In 1444, Yi Zongliu, Deng Maoqi, and others launched an uprising, which dealt a heavy blow to the ruling forces of the Ming Dynasty in Fujian and Zhejiang. In addition, Emperor Yingzong and the eunuch Wang Jin successively launched expeditions against Luchuan, resulting in the exhaustion of the army, the depletion of the national treasury, and the emptiness of the defense against the Arats of the Mongols in the north. In the 14th year of the Zhengtong reign, 140-49, Essen, the Taishi Grand Preceptor of the Arats, launched attacks on the interior in 4 routes. The troops of the Ming court were no match for them, and the Kara army quickly crossed the border, despite the exhaustion of the military forces and the shortage of provisions. Wang Jin actually incited Emperor Yingzong to gather an army of 500,000 and personally lead the expedition. As a result, Emperor Yingzong was captured, and Wang Jin was angrily killed by the chaotic troops. This event is historically known as the Tumu Crisis, which was a turning point for the Ming Dynasty, from prosperity to decline. Later, Yu Qian, the vice minister of the Ministry of War, supported Zhu Qu, the younger brother of Emperor Yingzong, to ascend the throne as the Emperor Daizong of the Ming Dynasty, and changed the reign title to Jiangtai. Yu Qian led the various Ming troops to fight bravely, and Essen led his army to retreat.